Unlocking the potential of social media earnings can be a thrilling journey. Imagine seeing your profit grow as you earn $500, $1,250, $3,500, $4,000, and even as high as $12,000. There are several, with some even reaching up to $15,000, but sometimes even as low as 69 cents. The spectrum of earnings is vast, and the intrigue lies on the diverse outcomes. So what I'm going to show you is how much you can earn monthly and more thanks to Twitter's new revenue sharing features. I'm going to let you know exactly what you need to do in order to qualify for Twitter's revenue sharing features. Tips and tricks to meet those requirements as fast as possible. What is a niche? How to niche down? And which one is the most profitable? So trust me when I say you're going to want to watch this video till the end. Today we're going to take a dive on how you can earn some monthly passive income thanks on the app that you probably already have on your phone, and that's going to be none other than Twitter app, or as it has been renamed as
Twitter X or just X.
Before you even make a single penny on
Twitter X,
there are a couple requirements that you need to know and need to fulfill. The first one is you have to be at least 18 years old. Then you have at least a minimum of 500 followers. You also have to be subscribed in Twitter Blue, which is Twitter's new subscription service that gives you access to different kinds of perks on the platform. That's going to cost you around $8 a month if you subscribe using your web browser, and around $11 if you decide to do that on your phone through the App Store. But Esli, why charge $11 in the App Store? This is due to Apple claiming a 30% commission on in-app purchases. The more you know. Now, the biggest requirement, and the one that actually scares the people away from trying to get monetized on Twitter, but the tips and tricks that I'm going to share with you won't really be that much of an issue, is that you have to have
5 million cumulative impressions.
I repeat,
5 million cumulative impressions
in the last 3 months. Once you fulfilled all those requirements, you'll actually be invited to join the ads revenue sharing program and start making some income from tweeting. For the purpose of this video, I'll assume that you already have a Twitter account opened. But if you don't, it literally takes around 5 minutes to open an account on the platform. So now, let's talk about a couple of tips and tricks and things you can do to actually get those 15 million impressions and those 500 followers if you don't have them yet. When you tweet from time to time, people will stop by your profile. If your profile is bland and uninteresting, people won't scroll down to read your tweets. They won't engage with you, and they won't eventually follow you and bring you those impressions that you desperately need. So the first thing that you're going to take a look at is how to curate your profile properly. The two things that stand out on an account are going to be the profile picture and its name. For the name, it can be a good idea to use your full name or an alias like I do, Esli Miley or something witty or snappy, but you don't want it to be something too long or too complicated that people will actually forget about. For the profile picture, you'll want something that stands out, something like your face with a bright background. If you're into fashion or lifestyle, you might want to show your attire or your chandelier. If you're in the art or crypto niche, maybe something like a well-known NFT. You get the gist. You have to stand out. Moving on to the banner. A lot of people don't actually know how to make a proper banner that will stand out and communicate key information in under a second. Believe it or not, when a person sees text, their brain automatically reads it. So if you have 3 words related to the subject you cover in your banner, people will start reading those and know what you're about. People tend to forget about on their profiles is the pinned tweet. Yes, on Twitter, you can pin a tweet to the top of your profile, which means that it's the first thing people will see when they visit your profile. This has to be an engaging tweet that raises a question or presents an action people can take. Basically, you want people to think, well, that's an interesting piece of content. Maybe I'll scroll down more and read some more about what this person is sharing. Because the way social interaction works, once people start consuming your content, even if it's just for a short period of time, they will create attachment to you. And that's when they'll decide to follow you. Enough with the profile. Now, the way you get paid on Twitter is through ad revenue sharing. As we mentioned at the beginning of this video, what's that and how does it work? Well, Twitter is a social media company. These companies make the bulk of their income through placing ads on their platform. This means that advertising companies like Coca-Cola, Nike, HSBC, etc. pay to place ads in front of relevant content. So if you talk about finance, payment and money transfer, or passive income, like I do in this channel, Twitter will serve serve ads under my tweets about banks, financial services, money transfer, and anything related to my niche. That way, it won't seem like a job. It will just be easier. You'll notice that after a few days of maintaining this consistent routine, it naturally becomes a habit. If you have further questions regarding the topic of making money in Twitter, feel free to tweet them to me at @SLeeMiley or leave them in the comments below. Now, if you reach this point, you're probably feeling that it has provided you with valuable information. I encourage you to consider giving it a thumbs up and potentially subscribing at my channel. So that's it for this video. Like if you like, comment,